in fact, if you have been using the Ketsumeisei or the Vitalzym, I surely would appreciate you folks calling in and giving your testimony as to how the Ketsumeisei and or the Vitalzym have been helping you, okay? Is that a deal? Okay. Dr. Tindall, you there?
Aloha.
Aloha. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So I tell you, we had quite a stir after your last program with us.
Well, good.
Yes, because, basically, you came on the air and said that with your patients, and of course you've been practicing, did you say 20 years? How many years have you been practicing?
31 years.
31 years, and you've been using the Ketsumeisei for people with circulatory issues for how long?
A little over 4.
A little over 4 years, okay. So a little over 4 years. And during that time span, you have helped how many people with circulatory issues? Hundreds, thousands, millions?
Not enough, but a lot.
Okay. Not enough because there's still some out there, right?
There's still a lot of people suffering needlessly. That's true.
And if I remember correctly, you mentioned this Ketsumeisei and Vitalzym, 2 different products for the use of any kind of circulatory problem, including diabetes, right? Because when it comes to diabetes, we have to remember the neuropathy that attaches to that disease, which includes amputations of extremities, also diabetic neuropathy or retinopathy of the eyes is another circulatory issue. You also indicated its use for erectile dysfunction. You've also indicated its use for people who have had strokes because you yourself had a stroke, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And I have a gentleman who's been using the Ketsumeisei now for a little under a month, and I said, okay, so what? Tell me, tell me your personal testimony about this product. Is it bringing down your blood sugar levels? He told me, I don't know, because he doesn't have one of those glucometers. So I said, I have a brand new one at home that my father never used because I had actually bought 2. I'm going to bring that down to the Alamoana store so that people can start taking their blood sugar readings. I know sometimes you're supposed to fast, sometimes you're supposed to do it right after a meal. But anyway, just so that we have it, so that we get a general gauge for people who do not have a glucometer. They're not that expensive. I believe they're about $60. But just so that people who do not have it can kind of measure their blood sugar. But what he did say was that he can definitely tell that he is not waking up that many times a night to go make shishi. You know what shishi is? Is that a Hawaii thing?
I'm afraid to guess.
Oh, well, it's pee. Okay, he's not getting up.
Well, that's what I thought, but I wasn't going to be the one to say it.
Okay. Yeah, I thought about that. I wonder if when he said that here in Hawaii. And so he says he's been less frequent urination at night. So is he urinating so many times at night because of the diabetes, or could it be a prostate issue? What if someone has a prostate issue but does not have diabetes? Can the Ketsumeisei help with that?
Well, of course, it has to do with erectile dysfunction because the prostate surrounds the gland and it swells, so there's inflammation. So the Ketsumeisei helps increase the circulation. So of course it's going to help prostates.
It helps increase circulation, but does it help with inflammation? Because isn't that what causes the pressing against?
As far as what Ketsumeisei would do is that as you increase blood flow, you're increasing oxygenation, you're increasing more nutrients to be able to get to tissue to repair. As far as Vitalzym go, you're dealing with the inflammation that is outstanding. An example would be that a lot of people for joint pain or just body pains rely on aspirin and Advils and Tylenols, NSAIDs. But the problem they found is that you end up having rebound, and what happens is it turns it actually more to chronic pain because you're never allowing the body to actually do the healing. You're interrupting the first stage of healing. So people that are on statins, they end up just having to continuously take them for their pain, because the pain becomes chronic. Pain's not totally bad for you in the early stage. It's an indication the process is starting to heal. But if you try to stop it, you stop the stages of healing when you use those type of products, and then it becomes chronic, and the only way you can keep down the pain is you keep buying those bottles to keep the pain down, but you end up overloading your kidneys and your liver, and you create other health issues. Just a vicious cycle.
Because in actuality, when you take those over-the-counter pain medications, you're doing nothing to help with the inflammation. It's just short-circuiting the information to the brain that stops the signal for pain. Is that correct?
Well, what you're doing is you're stopping the first stage of healing. It interrupts the first and second stage of the healing from surgeries or trauma or whatever. That's not to say that if you're not, you had a trauma injury and extreme pain, it's understandable that you'd want to, knock the pain out, but it's not something that you want to stay on.
Yeah.
You want to allow the body to get this process to heal it, so you don't have that constant pain there for years.
Okay, so let's talk a little